Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. Happy St. Patty's Day.
That's right.
It's Sunday.
Getting ready to go get your corned beef and cabbage on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see my snap?
I did. A little bacon wrapped cabbage on the grill.
A little beef bouillon in there.
We got down on some family stuff yesterday. Did a little corned beef and cabbage and taters and carrots and cornbread.
But everything I'm making right now is... The end result is going to be Irish mashed potatoes.
Irish mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Cabbage, cream cheese, bacon. And then, of course, all that is on the road to green beers.
Because I got another snap that I saw 4 corned beef briskets on the smoker, and I figured that's where you was going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Uncle Justin had it hooked up. We got some Twisted Tea for Sunday.
Twisted Tea, a little backwoods.
That's not Irish, bro.
It is what it is.
Some of that Conor McGregor Irish.
There you go. But had a little derby action in last night.
Yep. First time venue problems.
Yep. We've seen it before.
Yep. They aren't the only ones.
I know. I'm sure today they're catching all kinds of shit. It does suck. We've been there.
Yeah.
You think you got a good fucking track, and then it
looked premium.
It did.
But it looked to me like they had the same issues that they had a couple years ago in Florida. A lot of sand.
My deal... Just because I've been around it enough, and after I had a couple fucked up tracks, I did some calling. Dirt bonding
is a thing.
Soil bonding, it's a fucking real thing. You got to do some research.
Yep.
Because everybody's like, oh, you just haul dirt in, throw it down, fucking roll it in, and go on.
That sounds really easy.
It does,
but it's not. That's why these guys are going and getting dirt specialty people.
Yeah, well, you got to.
Yeah. We talked to Chris just a while back. The first year at Peoria, that track wasn't... They had some track issues. They had some track issues at Peoria, so they went and got a specialist to fix those issues. We've seen those issues at Blizzard Bash. Mm-hmm. We've seen those issues at Capital Carnage. We saw those issues at Florida. We've seen those issues at Shelbina. Vegas. All that sand, you're not making a fucking sandcastle. You're not. And you're putting 5,000-pound cars on top of them with a little bit of go-go juice.
And I got to sit down, with the dirt guy whenever we was out in Utah, and picked his brain a little bit. And he taught me a whole shitload in about 45 minutes. I mean...
If that.
Yeah. Enough that some of the issues that I've had, I could have fixed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he even told us, pick it up.
Yeah,
squeeze it.
And then he was pretty much down to the fucking gallon on when he needed to add water, what he needed to add to it. My deal with them, and I never, in my life would have thought that churning, and the actual working of the dirt before the final product and the 2 inches of powder that they had on top was actually setting them up for a harder track as the night went on.
Yeah, what'd he tell us? Step on it. Step down, stomp down. He said, once it sticks to your shoe or your boot, that's where we want to be.
It's time to start making this bitch hard.
Yep, that's when we know we're in a good spot. And it's not like them guys down there last night didn't try. Fuck, they tried.
Oh, yeah.
They scraped, they churned it, they rolled it, they bladed it, they scraped it. They had an 18-inch base.
There was one corner.
Yep, one side.
Yeah.
Corner to corner, and then one just up by the wall. They can get around like a motherfucker. But as soon as they went to the other side, it was straight down.
Well, I mean, I watched a couple of them bury themselves turning. By themselves, cutting the wheels, front end digs, done.
Yep.
That's what you said.
One of your buddies, Mr. Clinton Bozarth, cashed him a check.
Oh, yeah.
Run it normal Bozarth, except it was old iron.
Yeah, which I'd kind of seen some, some shit posted about that, and looked pretty clean to me.
It did. It did.
I don't think the track wouldn't allow him to drive like he wanted to.
He tried at the end.
Yep.
But where, usually somebody would hit a good wide open shot and they just keep their foot in it.
You kidding?
They were lifting right before impact and was already grabbing reverse. And he was trying, and then he just made the last good hit.
A tall set of V-treads would have done you wonders at that track.
Yes. 700s. They were talking, Fatty. Fatty's been in the game, and they asked Fatty on the track shot, what would you do? He said, I have 700s all the way around it. He said, but then there's the issue. You get too tall, you get hung up.
Well, we've seen that too. Because as soon as you reached over a tire or got up on a bumper,
yep,
there's no rocking yourself to get off of it.
Nope. There was burying yourself to get down in it, but no rocking to it. But
they tried. They did. Motherfucker.
They did.
Decent show, honestly, for the track conditions. Hell of a looking venue. I mean, it looked nice.
First thing it came on, and my boy was sitting there. He's like, Dad, they could have made this track way bigger.
Oh, yeah.
I said, they could have made it a lot bigger. But what people don't realize, insurance purposes, building situations, how close they want you to the stands.
There is a whole shitload of stuff that goes into just the insurance side. And I don't know that that's been talked about enough. You get people who are like, well, they could have made that track bigger. Well, every time I applied for insurance for a show, they asked me the dimensions of the track, how tall the walls were, and if there was double safety fence. That was the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went into a whole nother set of,
bullshit.
Where's your barricades at? How far is your grandstands from the track? Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm not saying I was 100% truthful with all that.
Track is 80 by 100, 12 horsepower max.
Yep. Predator motors only.
Yes. Go-karts. Full encased.
Van Heat even got a little rowdy down there.
It did. The Van Heat got very rowdy.
They were able to get around.
Correct. Until they couldn't.
Right.
I think some 500 V-treads, 550 V-treads did really well.
I think we seen a Honda out there putting in work.
Oh, yeah. Hell, you even saw square body Dodge or Chrysler minivan. And that fucker held up really well. Overall, good show for the track.
Yes, 100%.
Free 99 that shit
Mm-hmm.
right off YouTube. Sit there and watch to your heart's content. You can go back and watch it. Hell, speaking of track shot, I was getting Snapchats this morning of Mother's Day Madness of 2022.
Me too. I got the same ones. Again, rest in peace to Bobby.
That's right.
Skinny, keep fighting the good fight.
Did you get that Snapchat?
Baby face little
Oh
bitch.
my God. And a shaved head.
Oh, I know.
I'm talking shinier than mine.
Well, the snap that I got this morning from the Mother's Day Madness, I mean, hair, beard, and then the snap I got yesterday of the 12-year-old boy that was once skinny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. Fuck cancer.
100%. But Skinny's the only person that I've seen reverse age with cancer treatments.
Yes. Usually it's complete opposite.
He looks younger.
He does. He does. Speaking of Skinny, we're going to be... Well, I know I've got hotel for Ottawa, Kansas for April 27th. We're going to go... I've kind of conversed with him. We're going to go hang out and...
as long as everything goes good at work, my car... I've got that gray car. I think we might roll it in and slide a motor in it. We're headed that way anyway.
Correct.
That car weighs nothing. I'm going to take it, and whatever the class they will let it in,
get it on.
That's the one I'm going to go to.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's compact.
They might let that fucker in the compact class.
I wouldn't want to be in that fucking compact class. Fuck you. You would be taking a fucking siesta.
Could you imagine if the compact guys could get a hold of me in a full-size car?
Annihilate you.
Especially all the shit I talk.
Annihilate you so bad.
I'd have to put somebody else in the car.
Hunter will drive that bitch.
I guarantee.
Don't think he wouldn't. But no, that's crashing for Skinny. I think the last time we saw was $21,500 in payouts, and I'm sure it will go higher the day of.
Yeah.
With some donations.
Yeah.
And it would be really surprising if anybody would get if they actually took a check home. That's.
I would say you'll have
I can't guarantee that,
right.
but we've seen it right here.
Oh yeah.
Right here in 2 blocks up the road.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you stand out on the back deck, you can see the track.
Yes, sir.
My fucking parents, cheap asses.
This episode's going to kind of jump around to a lot of spots.
Yeah, we're going to go. We just went to Mississippi.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to Nebraska.
Nebraska. Reckless Promotions have launched their drivers list.
Let's talk about it.
Holy shit. Everybody's pretty sneaky of where they're going, what they're doing. Nobody knows shit. Nobody talks until a month before the show.
The sneaking's out.
Whew.
Where you want to start at?
Limited World Singles.
I'm in on it.
One name that jumps right out to you, Mr. Bryce Lanou. So I'm sure that will probably be his Border Wars car from last year, if I'm going to guess. You've got Bryce. And really, Bryce is really the only name that really jumps out at you. I'm not saying that these other guys aren't some bad dudes.
Right. They're kind of out of our area.
Yes.
And again, we're talking about a growing show here. So these will be names that are put on the big name stage after this show.
Yep. Bone stock pickups. You've got some names that kind of jump out at you. Trey Grismore,
yep.
Billy Grismore Jr. Those guys run Blizzard Bash usually.
That Spangler, I've seen that name on
yep,
the track
Alex.
list. Yep.
Casey Caranda.
Yep.
Mod Singles.
A few of those guys. Old Justin Montgomery. Dylan Kunkel.
Barry and Brent Clemens. Chad Markley. Craig Birkenpaws.
Tony Burkhart.
Kelly Neas. Lane Frericks. That is going to be a show.
Yeah.
I promise you that will be one to
And
watch.
those will be Blizzard Bash mod cars.
Bingo. Limited World Teams.
I haven't got to look through this list yet.
Ben Oltner and Dustin Johnson off XB Derby Parts. CPI, you've got Shea Bob and Nathan Gill.
Steinbeck Inc.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck are they pausing for?" They've got the list in front of them. We're looking. We're looking.
The Steinbeck Inc. is Larry.
Yep.
And Larry's probably got a whole lot of car left from Capital Carnage.
Yes.
Minus drive shaft.
I mean, there's it. Either way, if the quality of car is there from the few teams that I do know, it'll be a show.
Bone stock teams.
All right. The first one right there.
Derek Court, Jacob Priestman, 448 Designs. Team America, Gemini and Xavier Strelo. Team Gaines, Cody and Mike Gaines. Oberly Brothers.
Yep.
You've got Cody and Wyatt Oberly, who I'm sure, I know one of them had quite a decent amount left from a street stock car, but I'm going to guess that these boys are not taking street stock cars that they've just upbuilt a little bit to. Oh, they can't. They'd have to build down, so these all have to be fresh cars.
Which I know what Court's taking. Wow.
Yeah, and I know what Prusman's taking.
Yeah.
Caden Beam and Andrew Haney.
I'm anxious to see the car choice out there, just from the rule set.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna see new styles.
Well, I think you could.
It's one old, one new.
One old, one new.
Yep.
So you're gonna see some teams, I think, with two news.
Yep.
You're not gonna. In this day and age, we have talked. Just last week when we talked to Jason Kinman, the prices of everything is going so stupid high.
Yes.
Not everybody can afford $2,500 old irons or more.
Yeah, I was gonna say and some of that you're talking about there, that's on the fucking light end.
Yeah, that's a lot of rust repair.
Yeah.
Type of shit. Team 620 is Andrew Meyer and Tyler Jones. And there's
The Flyers fucking with me a little bit, I ain't gonna lie.
it does. There's a lot of diversity. There's the names that jump out at you real fast.
Yeah.
Would you ever think you'd see Mike and Cody Gaines in bone stocks?
Nope. I like it.
Yes. Did you think you'd ever see Xavier and Gemini Strelo in bone stocks?
Nope.
No. Same way with the Overlay boys. They're building usually to street stocks, to limited welds. Same way with
just
Court.
because we don't know the people, like, get on here and check this list out, because you all know people that we know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that if that's your area, you're gonna know these guys.
We got a message on YouTube just the other day, but he's got a team, like a name,
Right.
or a fab company, but it's not his real name. So he's running limited weld singles and ready to meet up. Wants to see if he could rock a couple hard-nosed stickers on his car.
Right.
So if you're listening, send us a message on the Facebook page or something like that on Messenger instead of YouTube. Let me know who you are, and then I'll tell you exactly where I'm going to be, and I promise you will see the banner when I'm up there. And come on over. We'll hook you up with some stickers to let you rock that out. Duo driver bone stock. There's some names on this list that I thought I would never see in a duo or a bone stock. Jackson Bernstein. Team F-Tap with DJ, I'm not even going to butcher his last name. Team Dookie. You've got Dookie and Jake Teagues. JB Express. Justin Bernstein and Lucas Peterson.
I'm letting you take this one.
Noah Sarnes and Corey Klug. Two dudes that you would never think would be in something like this. Fetro Industries is Randy Fetro and Shea Bob. We've seen Shea Bob in every build out there. It's not just, bone stock. I've never seen Shea Bob in a fucking duo driver class. NFG. Andrew Norton and Nicholas Morgan. So this is, boys and girls, I believe this show will be on Derby Tees or DerbyNation.tv. If you can't make it, it's roughly 6 hours from us. Straight up 29, straight over, get on 80 west and roll. You're going to run right to the middle of it. We're now bone stock compacts. They're 3-man teams. No names jump out at us at all. Most of the time when it's a couple states away, most of them are local guys.
Yep.
Even the youth. I know when we talked to Logan a while back, the youth bone stock compacts is a class that picked up, and they were worried about it filling. They've got a whole list of cars now. Plus the power wheels. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. They've got over 40 power wheels. Pre-registered.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. So this is the next show. I say that, but then I completely forget about the Wicked Team show.
Right.
That will be next Friday and Saturday in Sturgis, Kentucky. That one will be one to watch as well. The track is always hard. You don't have that problem of getting buried. I think we talked about in January when they had their show, they shortened the track in width and length just to try to pep them down a little bit. That's a show that we've always saw Don Santel, Trevor Jones, and them guys, and the Eatons, and I know the Eatons are going to be there. But I'm pretty sure Don and Trevor have spots in Spring X. We've seen these guys pull some shit out. You're like, there's no way. 2 weeks.
But they do it.
And then son of a bitch, they'll have a car at each show. I don't know that many people personally that have that much ambition. Fixing it's one thing. Completely building a fresh car that close together.
I wouldn't want to. Call it
That's why you wouldn't. I mean, it's just, man, that's a lot of shop time. That's a lot of fucking shop time.
And I'm not saying I don't like being out in the shop, but man, I get burnt out.
That's pressure.
Yes.
Especially in a team setting, because we've talked about so many times, you don't want to let your teammates down.
I don't know, that might help me, seriously, just to see if I can prove a point to get it done. But to just do it, to be doing it, fuck, man.
Yeah, it is yuck.
Well, do we want to jump into Spring X?
Well, we are definitely talking about some team show stuff.
I mean, we might as well go to Illinois next.
Their team lists have been launched.
Spring X 2-man Heat 2. We'll start there.
Yeah. Steve Neiman, Skylar Neiman, the Iron Cowboys. Team MDK is Lane Canor, 211, and Todd, holy shit, Domagala.
I wasn't even going to try.
Bad example. Ben and Roy Porter.
Oh, we know that.
That's right. Those guys have really started to support that show the last several years. They've made that trip over, whether it's Matt and Ben and Roy and the Sanford boys,
Because they run the fuck out of them cars.
Yes, they do.
Class.
Yep. Yes, they do.
I don't know that Matt ever used reverse.
He did to get out somebody's trunk.
Oh, that's right.
That was the only time. Kirby Manuel, MFA, and Jacoby Manuel.
Yep.
There's an RS Recycling that says Ryan Sonalewski.
Yeah.
But there's not another person with him. So
maybe he's just going to grab some out of the crowd.
Could. Heat 1, Walker McCrary, who I got to meet last year over from Indiana, and his dad. They'll be running. Looky there, Smokey Jennings, Derek Cleedon, and James Kitchell. So you've got, that's kind of one we can talk a minute for.
I'm about to go shoot this fucking dog.
anytime I have personally saw Derek Cleaton, it's wide open. Usually LS and 5-speed shuffling. And then Mr. Dirtbag is the calm, cool, collective, doesn't get too worked up about shit.
So they need to put him on the pedals.
Well, I'm thinking this is a 2-man stock show.
Oh, I got you.
I don't think this is the duo. I think this is the 2-man stock. The first heat filled up super fucking fast, so they went ahead and did a second one. We were just speaking about Butch.
Him and Jody.
Derby Tees, Jody Braden, Don Santel. Gray Area Demo Parts, Ralph Legis, and Colton Dvorak.
Man, that's gonna be a good one.
Alexander Concessions and Catering, Danny Reed,
Yep.
and Joe Goodell.
Yep. And then look at a Amish built right there.
That's right. Little Gage and Cordell.
Yep.
Gage Sumner and Cordell. I know those guys were going to be going to, I believe they're going to River City Rampage as well. And that's a show that I won't be able to cover. I'll get home long enough. I think I'll be able to watch it.
Yeah.
We're having my dad's golf tournament that day, so I'll definitely be able to watch Friday when we get home, and then when we get done.
And then you got the compact class.
Man, I know it's a compact class, but when you put these dudes who are on here,
Yeah, whatever.
that's not a normal local.
Right.
That is not that.
I get it.
You've got Chad Hurd, Josh Bergen, Braden Heap, and Nick Bergen, Justin Lane, Eric Dorsey, Gabe Dawson, Kyle Andrus, Cody Mongan, Cody Cade, Damon Miller. Yeah, so what we usually take for compacts, this is not the same thing. Then you got Zur Engineering of Clayton Fernandez, Calvin Leonard, Cody Bedsworth, and Brennan Kerr. These dudes will be turned all the fucking way up.
Oh, yeah.
With good quality stuff for a compact, as you would say.
Oh, yeah.
Shit'll have tuned ECMs and the harnesses and bumpers and motors and Spring X full-size teams.
There's right. I'm ready. This is what I was ready to talk about.
Team STM.
Yep.
Nathan Brown, Ryan Gates, Matt Slane, Ryan Slane.
Now, there's going to be some people that we talk about on this list that people
don't jump out on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But from what we've seen over there is there's a lot of returning names, and that's what I'm telling you about what you're going to see with Nebraska.
Yes.
They are going to become a name that you know.
Yes.
Because we've watched these dudes run, quite a few of them, and if you're running out there at Spring X, there's not a whole lot of those like trash teams.
Fuck no. If there's 16, those trash teams.
Right.
And I say trash teams in quotations, they're not trash.
Right.
There's those guys that just kind of build to the bottom end of the spectrum.
Yes.
That unfortunate poor bastard
Right.
a couple years ago that Adam parked on his fucking carburetor.
Yikes.
That was just one of those not built up to the level of a lot of the other guys. Team Derby builds. You got Luke Schaffner, Ryan Schaffner, Chad Weir, and Chase Timmons.
Yeah.
Norwood Fab. You
Yep.
got Will Norwood, Brandon Myers, Brandon Palmer, and Les Johnson.
You've got.
Misco Crane.
Yep.
Ryan Durham, Bobby Whitaker, Terry Timmons, Brandon Johnson.
I mean, like EPR.
Adam Lemenager.
There we go.
PJ Snar.
Yep.
Alan Brown. Craig Lemenager. I didn't even know Adam was on the team until a couple weeks, or Alan was on the team until a couple weeks ago. Adam posted it right after I actually got told it was going to be Todd Mayberry. Todd had back issue, pretty serious one. He didn't think it would probably be a real good idea to go ahead and get.
They didn't pick too bad of a guy to replace him.
No, they'll be just fine. And Allen is actually taking something that he has been wanting to build
For a while.
again for a long time.
I don't know if we're supposed to tell everybody
I'm
that.
not telling what it is, but he's been wanting to build one of these cars.
It's a metric GM. It's an 84 Caprice.
There we go.
4-door.
He couldn't even want to like a 79 Caddy or some shit.
Rusty rear.
Have you ever known Allen to use the rear?
No. So, I mean, it's definitely 84 Caprice. Stock 305.
Yes, there we go.
Actually, it may have a 307 in it.
Oh, old school. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right out of the junkyard olds.
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet.
Yeah. Single barrel carb. Manifolds flipped over.
Still, did he actually bolt the 3 on the tree back up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Team Alexander Concessions. It's a name that really jumps out at you, Mr. Vic Whaley Jr. Vic's been in the game for a long time, but it's been a minute since I've seen him at Spring X on a team.
Right.
Blake Reese, Jared Donahue, and Nolan Bruns. Toe Stink, Michael Patton, Tim Adkins, Jared Payton, and Will Rogers. And then you got the Maoris. When you hear Maoris, you know what is showing up. Guys or girls, they run until they can't run no more. Shit's been up.
True that.
Garbage.
Okay. Let's get somebody on here. And let's talk about it.
Let's just talk about some Spring X action?
Yes.
Sweet. We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Broadhead Decals. From door wraps and roof signs, window stickers and banners, let Broadhead Decals take care of all your vinyl needs with only quality products used.
Justin's graphic design abilities will get you everything you could ever want. With super fast shipping, their turnaround time is second to none. So let Broadhead Decals take you to the next level.
We said we'd get him on the fucking phone.
28.
EPR, Mr. Adam Lemenager, all the way from Communist Illinois. What's up, brother?
Not too much, buddy. I'm out in the shop right now, actually.
Are you teaching one of the little men to weld?
His hand got a cramp in it, and then he had to go back in the house. He was done for about an hour and a half.
How old is he?
Teaching 9. Teaching him to cheat early.
There you go. There you go.
You don't cheat.
Just a little bit.
It ain't cheating if you don't get caught.
That's absolutely right.
Well, so we seen the list for Spring X, and it looks like there's a little bit of a team mix-up.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a change up. Austin is swamped. He's got 2 daughters, so he's been really, really busy. Busy with work, busy with kids, so he just he doesn't have enough time to dedicate that much of his life to getting the car knocked out for Spring X. So he bailed, and we picked up PJ Schnarr, so he's going to run this year. And then Mayberry is swamped at work. And Todd works for us, and me and my old man. And he's crazy busy with work and building engines for people. So he's behind. He just got his Spring X car from last year cut up yesterday, actually. So he said, man, I just don't have enough time to do it. So then I told PJ, I said, PJ, you better find somebody to run. PJ made some phone calls and got a hold of Alan Brown, and Alan said, yep, I'll do it. So we picked up Alan as a 4th, and that's how we're running this year.
Now,
Seems like a whole fuckload of kill cars to me.
That is the general idea. Yeah, my old man's just going to get us unstuck.
Well, I was at PJ's a couple weeks ago, and of course, every time you get talked to, I'm supposed to get slapped in the balls or on my bald head or something. But
that's normal.
Man, how does that change with a team chemistry change like you guys are doing this year? How does that change your outlook going into a show of this level with the teams that you're going to be running against?
I think we're just going to go with PJ's party mode theme, and we're just going to go out there and wreck stuff. That's the plan. Me and PJ, we ran all summer last year together. I mean, we ran probably 4 shows together, and it got pretty ugly. I had some terrible luck last year. I couldn't win for losing. Ever since not Mayhem last year, but the year before that, God, I had the worst run of luck you could ever possibly imagine with everything that I touched. So hopefully I got that behind me. Started out, I guess it kind of started Spring X last year. I broke a gearbox right off the bat. I experimented with some new shit, and it was a bad idea. Got it fixed, and then it kind of plagued me all the way through Mayhem. Mayhem was a joke, and then last summer, when me and PJ were running together, he came to a bunch of county fairs when we ran, and he just cleaned the house. It was ugly. It was ugly. Yeah. So we ran quite a bit together. Did pretty well. So as far as running at Spring X this year, I'm not worried about anything. We're just going to go out there and just let it eat and have fun. And if my car's ripped in half in the heat, then I'll put it back in the trailer and we'll drink beer and fuck off the rest of the weekend.
See, now you're talking my style.
Yeah. See? Yeah, piece of cake.
Now, I guess when we talked to you, one of the first 10 episodes on the old platform, there was some kind of bad blood between some Illinois guys and some Bowling Green guys. And I know that we had talked that you guys had surpassed all that bullshit. Jake's not sharpening fucking crutches on concrete and all that stuff. Do you expect 010 to come out and do his normal as well? He's just going to jump on that party mode train and roll on with it.
He can do whatever he wants to do. There ain't no rules. I don't care about game plans. We're going out there. We're going to party, have fun, and he can do whatever he wants to do. So back in the day, we used to. It was in my opinion, a dick measuring contest back in the day. They wanted to be the baddest dudes on the block. I wanted to be the baddest dude on the block. So of course, you got to try each other, right? When there's two freaking hard drivers going out there trying to be the top dog, you're going to have a competition. It's just the way it is. So I'm pretty excited to have him running with us. And I don't have any bad blood. It is what it is. Just damn derby. And I know they're cool now too. We've talked. Everything's good. So I'm really excited for the prospect of going out there with the hammers we've got this year. It should be pretty fun.
Well, the cool thing about Alan Brown, and I mean, you've seen him run too, the dude's adaptive to his surroundings.
Absolutely.
I mean, if everybody else is fucking wide open, Alan knows exactly how to turn it up, when to turn it up, and where to place his shots. And if he needs to back off and pull back on those reins a little bit and get a little bit more strategy in his driving style, he can do that too.
Yeah, he's very versatile. He builds good stuff. He spends the money. He puts the time into it. He does everything you have to do to be there, either to go out and wreck everybody or to win. So absolutely, I agree with you 100%. And my old man's the same way. If he has to, he'll turn it up. My old man's getting to the point in his life that he's getting old, and honestly, I'm pretty sure this is going to be his last derby. So this will be his probably retirement car that he's going to crash the Spring X. I think he's probably done after this.
Well, I know me and you talked I know we talked last spring, and you did say that Craig was a little slower to get out of bed and a little bit more bound up than he used to be, and you being a son, you always look out for Dad.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, is that something with him? This might be in his last show. Is that something you're going to be relieved about or remorseful about?
No, happy, sad all at the same time. He, shit, man, 40 40 years of concrete work. I know he does office work, but that man will outwork anybody else that I've ever seen. I mean, he gets up in the morning and he is 100 miles an hour all day long, whether it's doing visit work, out running. And I do all the work now on the cars. I build everything. He shows up and drives, which is how it should be. Not bitching. Don't take that as a bitch. But he's finally getting to the point where his life is catching up to him, if that makes sense. He's getting older, getting tired, still goes 100 miles an hour and gives it his all. He just doesn't have what he used to have back in the day. Shit, even before we retired the first time, he'd be out in the shop until 11 o'clock with me every night, right? And he's just, you get older, I mean, life changes, everything, your body changes. He's just getting to the point where he's relaxed more.
Yep.
Now, how do you feel about PJ bringing a minivan?
He's a wild man, and I'm perfectly okay with it if that's what he says he wants to run. And then he can go out and drive a minivan.
Don't not give that motherfucker permission to be in a van. Don't do that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be something that's got a big enough engine in it. It'll probably still pull the front wheels off the ground when it takes off. Somehow.
Well, the world of social media and the world of Snapchat, but, you know, like I said, I was over there a couple weeks ago, so I got to see what he was taking. Tried to give him a hand a little bit, being that it's a little bit different than what he's used to taking. He's having to rework some stuff, but I do know it does not have any lack of horsepower.
Oh yeah.
I've
seen videos. I'm not going to ruin the surprise and tell everybody what it is or what he's got or anything, but you better hold on to your shorts.
And balls and taint.
And pretty much everything and bring your earmuffs and yeah. If we all get in and everything's good and tech's not too crazy because Josh, he runs a pretty tight ship around there. So if we all get in and everything's good, it's going to be something to see. I'll tell you that.
Now, last year you took a Merc wagon. It's not the first time I've ever seen you in a Merc, but that was the first time I ever saw you in a Merc wagon. Are you kind of staying with that more diverse build, or are you kind of going to go back to your roots for this one?
So last year was the first year I ran a 58. Now I know that I won't ever stray from my 59 and 60s. The 59 and 60 are a whole different animal. 58's close, but it's not near the car the 59 or a 60 Mercury is. The frame's a lot bigger. But I found that wagon for cheap. It was close, and the damn thing, my God, it still had, somebody restored it. It was restored. It had a fresh paint job on it. It was so nice. I had to try one once. And that's when everybody was running the cutoff wagons and all that shit. And I'm like, shit, taking out steering is the name of the game, right?
Yeah.
And, that's what I was going to try to do. But I had just, it was great in the Consi. If my car would have ran like it did in the Conti in the heat, we'd have walked through that because Todd about had all of Ryan and Bob's team beat by himself. Uh-huh. So if just me or Austin had bad luck. He lost a freaking spindle right off the bat. Just freak deal for him and for me. My steering box broke in half. I've never, ever seen that happen. So it was one of those weird fluke deals. If either me or Austin could have stayed till the end with Todd, we would have been going straight for feature last year. So I started a 60 Merc to run that. I'm so swamped with kids and work and everything else. I just didn't have time to put it together perfect the right way. So I switched gears and I started on a 9802. So I'm going to bring a 9802 this year just for the simple fact you can fix it. They're easy. They're quick. And if you make the feature, you get out of the feature, man, that track is so packed, you can't hardly move. Mm-hmm. And with a long car, it's just such a pain. If you can get a run like Austin or like what PJ would do, if you can get a run and keep an Imperial pointed nose out and just drop bombs the whole time, no problem. But it's so hard to get a runway opened up in that feature when there's 40, 50 cars out there. The track's not real big. If it was up to me, I'd double the size of that track
We just
give
talked
everybody
about
some
that.
room out there. It's just so tight. There's no room to turn and maneuver. So me and Mayberry were talking, and we're like, dude, I'm just going to throw a 9802 together. Can fix it, can build it. They're reliable. The steering works. They're just so reliable. It's hard to beat it for going out there and last. And you can still hit. I know it's not an 03, but it seems like every time I run an 03, I'll drive and get so deep into somebody that I break the damn rack. Every single run, I'll break a rack. So if I was going there, I'd have to have at least 3 racks on me, because I'd probably break one in the heat, maybe in the consi, and definitely break one in the feature by the end of it. I think there's something going on with the horsepower that we run and putting too many PSI. If I had some type of pressure regulator or something on my power of steering, I think I'm over pressurizing the rack with my power steering pumps and swinging it as fast as we do. And like, I compare it to take a pop can and you over pressurize it and you touch that thing with a pin and it explodes, right?
Yep.
But if all the carbonation has gone out of or something, had some squish room, you touch it and it doesn't blow up. So I think with the over pressurized aluminum case on that rack, as soon as you get a little flex in your front end, or if one side flexes more than the other, just twist them and snaps them like a damn over pressurized pop can. So until I can figure that out, probably won't run another 03. Maybe, I've had better luck running them with no power steering, but if you get into a long, drawn out derby like that, oh my God, it'll kill you.
Well, we were talking
no power steering for that long.
We talked to Austin after Spring X last year, and you know, he was kind of what we would call a gatekeeper. You know, he'd hang out down to the one end with everybody that you guys were running with, and then the next thing you know, he just went to the other end and was blasting fucking 03s with that amp, and it just...
Oh, yeah.
He was disintegrating shit, and then he'd back up, and he'd wait just a minute, and you'd hear it clear out, and he'd fucking do it again.
That's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, and he executed that perfect. I mean, that was freaking awesome watching him last year, because he was junking cars to one shot, one end of the track to the other.
Yes.
Well, you were talking about that track being bigger. I guarantee there's some people running against you that are glad that it's not bigger.
Absolutely. That's how you beat us, right? and somebody like PJ too. I mean, dropping bombs. I mean, you get caught full track from Austin Knorr, PJ Schnarr, guys like that. If they hit you with the horsepower that they got, I mean, there's a pretty good chance you're going to end up going for a ride in an ambulance, right? And and not like we're trying to hurt anybody, but Jesus, you take a shot from a full frame Imperial with a 600-700 horse engine, and it's going to get squirrely. I mean, you're going for a ride. It hurts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a video floating around on YouTube or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, and you can do it the video of mine that went viral, that, I think that was in 15 or 16, that one, man, that's, even get hit by a Vic going that fast, and that was a Champagne too, and that's just a prime example of what can happen if you have a big giant track and dropping bombs on people. Get squirrely real quick.
Now, we talked to you a while back, and you spoke of that car being a unicorn.
Yes.
This 98 to 02 that you were building now, is there any possibility of that? Because I know you've looked it over. You looked at every body mount through the entire car. Is there that possibility it could be a unicorn as well?
For me, you never know. You never know. You don't know until you start going out there and driving the damn thing. I'll have some that last forever. I built one last year that I was running at all the county fairs around here with PJ, and couldn't kill that damn thing. I mean, it just ran forever. It's one of those cars that bring it home, stretch it a little bit, put another plate on it, fill it up with fuel, and go derby again. Like the steering was, I never dicked with the steering the whole time. Didn't have to do anything. I was plagued with weird electrical gremlins last year pretty bad too. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I fried a distributor or distributor started going bad, but my distributor would cut out and I'd be driving, everything would be fine. All of a sudden, boop, dead. Car's dead. Just would die. So I went through everything, put new distributors in my car. I don't know if it's because I was welding on it with the battery still hooked up or what happened, or I got drenched, I think twice in that car last year. I got caught in a downpour and just got soaked, so I don't know if it got wet. I usually throw bags and shit over my stuff, so I don't know if it got wet or what happened, but, I don't care how good of a unicorn car you have, you gotta have luck too. So I don't know if it's the luck side of it, or you just get one of those freak cars that decides it does not want to bend. I don't know. I'm gonna attribute it more to luck. Because sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good. Because it don't matter how good you are.
Fuck, I would be every time.
Yeah.
I'll take luck over skill.
So, Ben, this is Dad's last ride.
Possibly.
I hope.
Most likely.
Does that put any more pressure on you guys?
Just another day, buddy.
Okay.
Just another day. Life goes on. I try to be a realist and try not to live in fantasy land because there's way too many people this day and age that live in fantasy land, and I don't even want to get started on that kick. So I try to be a realist, and it is what it is, and life goes on.
Business as usual.
Yep.
Well, do you got any plans for the summer after Spring X?
Promised my old lady we'd do more family stuff. She's on me pretty hard, and if it was up to her, we'd sell every piece of derby shit that I got here at my shop, and I'd retire again. She's kind of about over it. My kids are getting to the point where I try to get them out here and keep them interested and screw off and stuff like that. They want to go ride four-wheelers and go exploring, go walk in the woods, shoot stuff. So I'll probably take it easy this year. I pushed it pretty hard last year, ran quite a bit. And it didn't sit too well with Mama, so I'll probably relax this year. I'm not planning on a whole lot. I was going to try to maybe run the Terry Lyerly benefit derby, but I don't know. I got to check dates because I might be in Utah elk hunting for that one. So I'll have to see how that goes.
Well, we know that Colt is actually the reason why you came back.
Yes, that's correct.
So is he still just into more shooting guns and riding four-wheelers and not so much in the shop as you thought he was going to be, or he thought he was going to be?
He comes out here quite a bit, but yeah, he loves doing that. I think his biggest passion right now is going out and shooting stuff, so.
I mean, I can't really say that I blame him.
I wouldn't want to get in front of a little fucker.
Right, yeah, oh shit, she's pretty good already.
I know.
For a 9-year-old, he runs a pistol better than most gunmen right now.
Well, I'm telling you, me with a pistol, I'd have better luck throwing the fucking thing at you.
Well, trust me, he burns through quite a bit of ammo. I gotta order about once a month. I keep a stockpile here, but if I don't keep buying it dwindles rapidly.
Well, he could be doing worse shit, I promise
you. Yep. Absolutely.
Well, brother man, I will be at Spring X that Friday morning to be all hands on deck and sell some shit and hang out for the weekend. We're not sure if Numbnuts across the table from me is going to get to go because his work schedule sucks balls.
I understand.
But I will definitely be there hanging out. So we're going to let you get back to the welding, and we will see you in about a month, brother.
Sounds good, buddy. You better give old PJ a call, too, because he can probably get everybody riled up there. You talk to that guy a little bit. And all I can say is hold on.
That's right. Hold on, brother.
She's going to get a little out of control, I would say.
Will do, buddy.
We expect nothing less.
Perfect.
All right, man. We'll see you in a month.
You boys yes, sir. You boys have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you later.
Later, brother.
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.
Well, we said we was going to get him on.
Yep.
He's on.
A little bit different. You know, he was on one of the first 10 that we did.
I still want to get him in person where we can get it because he's still conservative.
We tried to get it lined out to to go over there, but he lives so he's about 4.5 hours from us. Just making a day trip over there just to hang out in the shop, I mean, that's 9 hours of driving.
So I don't even like getting work that way.
And then knowing if he's got to work on Saturday or Sunday, if they're backed up. So, and then I don't want to step on the property and Colt shooting at me. Well, I've seen him shoot.
He dropped some bombs there. Tied up some of those loose ends we were talking about with the team switch up. The motherfucker's knowledgeable. I mean,
he's sharp.
He looks strictly from a builder's perspective. Everything that he does on a car is meticulous.
Yes.
There's a reason. He's not just tilting cars because somebody else is doing it. He knows exactly why he's doing what he's doing, what he's pushing, what he's moving, how far he's moving it, why he's doing it. He touched harder on the 03 shit than we've got anybody.
Correct.
To open up about.
There's a reason why he's taking what he's taking. If you look in the rules, what you can do to an 03 compared to what you can do to a 98 to 02, there's a big significant difference.
And like he talked, they're easier to fucking fix.
They are.
We've said this a million fucking times. You get to run in that old iron because we've got a lot of buddies that run old iron. That's all they run. Even you hear them, fuck this Cadillac, got to find, suspension parts and A-arms and all that bullshit. You'd call a fucking wrong number and get front end parts for a 9802.
Oh, yeah. Everybody and their dog's got them.
Yes. Now they're going up. You see that shit.
Oh, yes.
But the parts are available. Fuck.
We're talking Adam building old Mercs. That's different. That's different than the 3, 4, 5 caddies. That's different than the 4, 5, 6 Impalas or old 98s or deuce and a quarters. That's a whole different level of necessity. What you've got to go buy another car or two.
Well, it's the same deal that the fucking dudes that are running the full frame imps are running into.
They're buying spare cars for fucking parts.
Yes. And then whenever it comes time to run that car, they're doing it all again.
Yep.
That's why I think Alan's the smartest, with the metric GM.
Yeah. Guys, if you, most of the time we joke, but I promise you, if we was to get Alan Brown on the phone right now, he would probably tell Steven to go get completely fucked.
I figure it's coming anyway. I've already said it twice, so I'm sure he'll tell me that I'm stupid.
What these guys are bringing to the table for Spring X, I'm telling you, I would not.
It's the wow factor because all of them how they run individually.
Yes,
we've watched all of them. We watched Alan at Peoria. I'll use Peoria for an example. That dude, until he slung that drive shaft, set and wait. And then he'd see a shot, and it was to the motherfucking floor, and then right back to his perch to get that next one. Every shot he made sure it counted.
Yes.
And then we've seen him go completely ignorant at P Hill. Didn't give a fuck where he hit, where he landed, whatever. He was hitting, and he was going that way.
Yep.
But like we seen him drive at Peoria, he was driving super hard but meticulous as fuck.
Just no wasted movements.
Right. But he was still driving stupid fucking hard.
When we talked to Dalen thought he was going to be the one going to get smoked. It was just that fast. If Dalen wasn't on the reverse pedal.
Yeah, but Alan was already 2 steps ahead of where Dalen was he watched him. He's seen the tires start moving, and Alan was going forward. PJ, do not get in front of the motherfucker. Everybody's seen it because he's coming at you at a high rate of speed.
Yes. Now.
Yes. Whether it be whether he sees your roof sign, your fucking headers, a wheel, he's going to bury the beak of that motherfucker wherever he can get it on your car as fast as he can get it there.
I think Adam, when we were talking about Austin, Austin being the gatekeeper, he thinks that PJ would be that gatekeeper type.
Until PJ gets wound up.
Yep.
And I'm not taking away from PJ's driving style or anything because I love watching the dude run. But I'm telling you right now, don't get in front of the motherfucker without an escape route.
I never thought, since seeing, Craig Lemenager running with Don Santel at Blizzard Bash, the first year I went to Bash in 2015, I never thought we would talk about Craig being the more calm
Conservative.
one. Conservative. Yes. Conserve his shit, not overdrive, not waste it.
Because, in my opinion, Adam was being super modest there. Because he drives just as fucking hard as like what we were talking, with Allen or fuck Dalen, PJ, all of them. Don't get in front of that fucking dude either.
Don't give him your firewall.
Nope.
Because that was posted earlier this week.
Yeah. He'll break everything.
Everything. And then back out of you.
Yep. And
like, oh, no, we're good.
Yeah.
I would not, like I said, the level of drivers and builders.
And I know I catch shit a lot. Like, that would be my pick.
Yes. If I had to put money down on it, yes, sir, you are correct. That would be my pick.
See, I knew PJ and I had some shit in common.
I want to fuck with him so hard. The Snapchats are plentiful.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I'm being dead serious. When you've got
I'll call it fucker and we'll put him on the spot.
When you've got the Schaffners, when you have Bob Whitaker and Ryan Durham and Timmons, and then the Mowrys,
it's gonna be a good one.
Son of a bitch.
But I just think as far as a pace-setting team, EPR, that's where you're at. They will set the pace for that show.
Yep. And like I said, I just hate to be the son of a bitch that draws them
Yeah.
in the heat. Because after last year, Adam hit on that. Two little fluke things that would never happen. They wouldn't have to go through to the Concy.
Right.
They would have had Whitaker's team in the Concy. That changes the outcome when you're having to run multiples.
Yeah, but when you're talking about Whitaker and them, like, they know how to fucking drive.
Oh, fuck yes.
They build killer shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's who gets the shot on who.
Yes.
Because there's no jump necessarily. You're not going to see one team take precedence over the other whenever it comes to the quality of driver, quality of builder, and everything like that. It's going to be who gets the shot.
Yeah.
Who makes that one fucked up move or gets spun around. You know how many times we've seen that? Somebody catch a fucking bumper taking off on the back of a car, spin them around. Well, here comes somebody else. And they're buried, a foot back in the fucking firewall.
Balancer deep.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be a show.
That's the shit right there that makes my dick hard.
It's going to be a show. I promise you it's going to be a show. If you can't make it in person on April 19th and 20th, it will be on derbytees.tv, derbynation.tv, all that shit. Snapchat.
It will be all over fucking Snapchat.
It will be all over Snapchat. I'm ready, and we've got another show to watch before we go to Nebraska. Then we have Nebraska. Then we've got a week off, and then we've got Spring Egg. Let's just do what Adam said. Let's just get one of his teammates on the phone.
We'll be right back. Triple B's Tees offer custom shirts and logo designs for all your apparel and merchandise needs, offering a variety of shirts, hats, hoodies, tumblers, and koozies. Triple B's will work with you one-on-one to personalize and perfect your logo. With over 5 years in the business, 20 years in the sport, they live for Demolition Derby.
Chunk and his crew can bring your imagination to realization with zero limitations. So for all your badass tees, choose Triple B's.
Well, Adam told us to get him on the fucking phone.
Well, instead of sending Snapchats to say fucking just call him.
Yeah, I mean, we're both drinking Twisted Tea, and I'm good with it. What's up, PJ?
Not much, bud. Walking out here to my pickup out of the shop, so I got some service. Give me 1 second here.
Nope, hurry up, motherfucker.
All right, what's going on?
Oh, well, we just got off the phone with Adam.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we talked about Alan bringing a metric GM. You taking a new style minivan.
Yes, sir, bud. This minivan is the coolest thing that I've ever built in my life to these rules.
So you all are definitely the team picked as the team to win. I mean, minivan, metric GMs, fuck.
A caddy and a 9802.
Bud, have you ever seen leaf springs on the back of a minivan done right? You know what I mean? They give us 7 5/16 leaf springs, and I put them underneath the back of a minivan.
I mean, we've got a flat stacked Honda right here.
It's going to be wild.
Hollowed out 14 bolt under the back of this bitch.
Yeah.
With the screamingest 3.7 you've ever heard in your fucking life.
You ain't joking. Had a new set of headers built. Pedke built me a new set of 2-inch primary headers for it. I don't know if it needs 2-inch primary headers because I think we need a little more back pressure, but...
Well, that's what the fucking cherry bombs on top of them are for.
Yeah, baby. And the tractor flaps.
Well, hoochie bag. Adam kind of dropped a bomb on us today. This could possibly be Craig's last hoorah.
Yes, sir.
So we asked him, does that change anything? Or is it just fucking full-blown party mode, get it on from jump, and see how everything plays out at the end?
Well, Craig come into it with a bang, and I think we're going to go out with a bang.
So
I think the way Craig wants to do is he wants to just go out with a bang and just have everyone hang the fuck on and party on.
So business as usual.
Business as usual.
What are your expectations going into this? I mean, just turn it all the fucking way up like we always see, or you going to put a little strategy into it, or just wide open till you see God, then break?
I think God's going to be riding with me the whole entire time. He rides with me everywhere, but I'm going to say he's probably going to put some blinders on this ride and just go with the flow.
Well, I just told, or what I said on the podcast here was I told everybody I just wouldn't get in front of him if you don't want to be hit.
Correct. Yeah, and it'll be pretty fun. I'm more excited about this build than I've been in a long time for a lot of builds. It's come together pretty good and something different, something I'm not used to, or that it could be something I'm used to. You never know.
It's a pretty blue bitch, I can tell you that.
Dude, it is, too. The black's laying down real nice today. My old man's still not happy with the way the black's laying down, so he's going back over it again right now as we speak because it wasn't shiny enough.
Just put an extra coat of clear over the top of it.
You know, we don't shoot clear. Everything we shoot is just standard enamel that doesn't take no clear at all. We just put a shitload of hardener in it. That's how my cars are so hard. Dude, I'm telling you, it's all about the paint. Everyone's like, man, I can't believe you spend so much money on paint. But I guarantee you go over and try to grind the paint off the side of my car, it's going to, eat up a flat disc.
You shouldn't be giving these secrets out.
Hey, bud, it's Sunday. It's St. Patty's Day. You got to give everyone a little bit of a, insight here and there. Keep everybody up on their toes.
I want to know why the fuck you're drinking Twisted Teas. I've never seen Twisted Tea in your cooler before.
Bud, Twisted Tea and Plan Bs.
Well, I opened
These are good ones.
I opened that Snapchat and I was like, I told you, PJ and I weren't so different.
You know, these Twisted Tea Lights are freaking awesome. They're 6 grams of sugar, and, you know, I've been on a little bit of a kick to losing weight and whatnot, and I've been drinking these, and they don't give me a freaking hangover, but you can drink freaking 30 of them, you know, and they don't give me a hangover. I don't get headaches, and they don't bloat me. So that's why I got out of the Busch Lights and went to Michelob's, and now my wife turned me on to these damn things again since summertime, you know, it's coming up. Got to prime myself.
Well, and if that doesn't work, you can always just drink whiskey.
Yeah, me and whiskey, we get along together great, but anyone else that's around us, we don't get along with. So I try to stay out of the whiskey, and now a good Fireball here and there, or, you know, a good Crown Apple, and a little bit of grenadine.
How about like some apple
whatnot.
pie or something like that?
Some apple pie? I can fuck up some apple pie.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. It ought to be pretty rowdy this year out there in South Dakota. And shit, I might even bring it to Spring X. I put my order in there a while back.
Well, I happen to know a guy that could probably make you some more if you needed it.
Yeah, that's what I put my word in for my normal batch of like 6 gallon. You know, for the year, and then come, you know, Gold Rush, I think we took 5 gallon out there last year.
Now, hold on. I have seen you here recently, and PJ is about a third smaller than he was. So throwing all that apple pie down that is full of fucking sugar, dude.
That's fruit.
Yeah, I went from 330 pounds to I'm down to 262 now.
I need to do that because I weigh 340 right now.
I stepped on the scale the other day, and my wife's standing there. I looked down at the scale. I said, "There ain't no way that says 259." She said, "Babe, I think it does." And I said, "There ain't no way. I haven't seen 250 since I was in fucking high school." Like a freshman in high school, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, I know that I've lost weight before and always feel a lot better, but fuck, man, I like food, so.
I like food too. You just got to watch what you eat.
Yeah,
That's
what I don't like.
You got to get rid of that bread, bud.
I know.
And replace it with tomahawk steaks, you fucking dick.
Yeah, baby. Red meat, white meat, bud. Chicken and steak.
Well,
I'll probably handle that diet.
Oh yes. He only eats one time a day though.
Yeah.
So do I.
About midnight. About midnight when I get home from the shop.
Oh, but we didn't want to hold you up. Like I said, we just want to get on here and talk to you about your minivan build and how that was going. And
there'll be some pictures of the old girl out there before long. The old minivan. About the time this paint gets finished up and we get the wraps on the side of it and whatnot, it'll be looking pretty fly.
Well, man, we appreciate you, and we'll let you get back to them twisties.
All right, boys. I appreciate it.
All right,
have
brother.
a good one, buddy.
You guys have a good one.
Later.
Yep. Bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
fuck it, just get him on. Just get him on. I think he's been in the twisties for a minute or two, if I'm gonna guess. No, it was cool as shit to go over there to their shop a couple weeks ago. They treat you like family. I mean, that's if anybody pays attention to Facebook, Triple B's designed EPR T-shirt
Yep.
for Spring X.
Uh-huh.
Hill Job Graphics as well. So instead
Both
of
of them are tough looking
yes,
motherfuckers.
instead of trying to get one person to keep up with all the orders,
Right.
they actually split it to make it a little bit easier for the supplier who is making your shit.
I might have to have one of those shirts.
Yeah, I've got to make that order. You got us the Casey shirt, so I'll cover your EPR shirts.
Because I was doing a little looking on there. I think I might have seen a little hard nose laid up on that shit.
Yes, sir, you did. Just got a message. The online store for Triple B's for the EPR shirts, I believe, are launched. So if you would like anything from the Triple B on the EPR shirts, Chunk's online store is rolling. He's got all your sizes, hoodies, T-shirts. Of course, great pricing as normal. Hill Job, I think, has done some hats and some beanies and stuff like that as well. So you've got two options to get your EPR apparel. But yeah, his Chunk's shirts for them look fucking badass. That's why we use them.
Oh, yeah.
I believe the hard nose apparel will be launched this week as well.
Yep.
We've just got to get some pricing figured out with Chunk. We're actually get it figured out with him today so he can launch that part. So you guys
Try to make it a little easier on you all.
yes, and the person that was making them.
Yes.
So you'll be able to get them right from him, directly from him, shipped from him to you.
And you all know that we don't push shit that we don't use. Like, we have some of these shirts now. Mm-hmm. The fucking quality is amazing. Everything's lined up. They look phenomenal.
Port & Co. shirts. It's not a cheap-ass Hanes shirt. It's a real
And
deal.
if you are needing that XLT, get a hold of Chunk directly.
Yep. He can get them.
Oh, yeah. And they are legit talls.
Word. They cover up all the gut.
Oh, yeah. You put my tall on my old lady, and she's got a full-length shoe covering dress.
It's a shoe covering dress. I was going to say a nightgown. Floor length dress, bitch.
Potato, tomato, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. But we're going to keep it trucking.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to keep it trucking.
This was a fun episode.
Yep.
We went all over the Midwest.
Mississippi to Nebraska to Illinois.
Yes, sir.
How about next week we go a little west?
I'm down.
Cool. Had some Snapchats. Guys are what they're wanting to hear. We've got a Hurricane Utah Stir and Dirt show that's coming up.
And
the weekend before,
that hard-nosed team cars look good.
The fuckery is about to go down.
Oh, yeah. It's clean. That motherfucker clean.
Yeah, it is. Yep. He's on his 7 days off.
Well, I got to talking to Casey the other day. I could tell the way his attitude has changed to this part of the build. Like, you can tell he's getting excited.
Yep.
The way he was, talking, sending pictures and shit. Like, he knows that it's down to that final big push before the show. And, that's what gives you that fucking
that
drive. It's about time to do this shit.
It's that drive, and then he's got to take that 11-hour drive to go to the show. Because
I'm telling you, before the Whiskey City deal last year, my car was mostly done, 2 months before the show. And that's where I started dragging my feet. We get into that 4 or 5 week mark before the show, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Let's get this motherfucker. Let's get some stickers on this bitch. Let's loosen up all the, let's tighten up all the loose ends. That's whenever you're ready.
Yeah. They ain't gonna disappoint. I know that.
Oh, fuck no. Just because of the way they drive, they're not going to disappoint. I don't give a fuck if these boys go out there and junk that shit in the heat. They'll be fun to watch.
Guarantee it. As long as he keeps his power steering.
Fuck that power steering. With a walking pancake in your pocket, nothing can go wrong. The trademark Ricky Bobby.
I don't know what to do with my hands. But no, man, we're gonna keep it going for you guys.
And don't forget about Justin either.
That's right, because Justin's stickers that are on the side of that said Team Hard Nose Team and roof signs are fucking badass.
And I had him revamp the Filthy Promotions logo, and it looks tough.
Yeah.
And I gave him 0 ideas. I said, I want something different.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what do you want? I said, whatever you make. And that's all it took.
Him and Chunk both. You know, when I was talking to Chunk was like, that's my out. You know, that's my, when I'm designing this stuff, when I design these shirts, that is my out from everyday bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when you can sink in and really hit it, you know, what you're trying to accomplish. And we're going to get Chunk on too. He's going to be really fucking busy now if he wasn't before. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. Like I said, I'm going to be in Nebraska. So come up, bullshit with me. I'll be hanging around Derek Court and Jacob Bruceman's tent.
That minivan does look good.
Does, don't it? I had to keep the secret from the minivan when I was there. I couldn't say nothing.
It'll be on social media here real quick. So you all just watch PJ's page.
Yep. Yeah. Or Derby Icons page, because it's liable to go on there too. So, like I said, we're going to be at these shows. Come up, bullshit with us. We'll have some.
Keep messaging us, man.
Yes.
Fuck yes. I like that shit.
We'll have some 4-in-1s. We'll have some, probably some 20-ounce koozies. Maybe some 40-ounce or something like that.
Ooh,
for you
40
guys to,
OE.
40 OZZ. And just come out and hang out with us.
Yeah.
We're all about that. So, thank you guys again for making this what it is. We're just a couple dumbass rednecks just hanging out in the basement in the office. And
speak for yourself, motherfucker. I'm sophisticated.
Spell that for me.
I think my mic's cut off.
Because there's no FIST in it. Just throwing that out there.
F.O. Sachi.
Well, got any last words?
No, sir.
Make junk, boys.
And girls.